so the same lovely client here, you have another issue with your toenail that you experience quite a lot. So you can see the thickening of the toenail itself, the hard skin that sits just underneath in that region. And because it puts so much pressure on the nail bed, how would you describe how this feels?
It's very bad.
Very bad?
It's very bad.
So if I press there, does that feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If I push from underneath here, is that okay? Or is that still very sore?
It's painful.
It's still painful. I'm sorry, I just
Even
need to check.
don't worry. You need to check, you need to ask. Yeah, it's even, you can feel, I feel pain the whole finger.
On the whole finger you feel the pain?
Yeah.
Of course, because you're actually, the toes themselves are very sensitive. So the nail bed itself is very sensitive too. So when you feel it here, your nerve, you actually feel a lot of the sensation that come down into the foot. So there's different areas where your nerves are supplied. So sometimes even if you have a problem here, you can't tell if it's here or if it's somewhere else, because the nerves that's coming in the area is almost connected in that region, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a device to take off and shave down the thickness of the nail to take that pressure off. And then I'm going to clean up the hard skin that you see in that region, and then you can let me know how it feels afterwards, okay? And again, if it's uncomfortable, just tell me, I can change it. So first things first, just the antibacterial first. There we go. Lovely. And I'm also going to use something called hydrogen peroxide, which also cleans and just helps clear up any debris that would be underneath. There we go. All done. So I'm just going to check to see how much of the nail is just open. Is that okay, my lovely?
It's okay.
Okay. Good. Fine. At least I can still get underneath it, which is a good sign. This side feels a little more curved than the other, but once we get through that, we'll be able to clear it. So I'm going to start off first with the device. So what you're going to feel is a bit of vibration in that area. It does make a bit of a noise, so I do apologize. But again, if it's uncomfortable, tell me. The only thing that I cannot feel is if it feels hot. So if it feels hot or anything like that, just tell me and I can change the frequency up, okay?
Sure.
How's that? Is that okay?
It's okay.
Sorry, my lovely.
Sorry.
That's okay. You okay? That's okay. I can change it. Is that better?
Yeah.
There we go. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay now.
That's the only thing I told you. Because it's so thick, I need to be able to get through to that section. There we go. Much better. cleaning the skin that's sitting underneath there. Is that still comfortable, my lovely?
It's okay. Can relax.
There we go. And what are you doing after this today?
I'm gonna do evening shift.
Are you working straight after?
But I'm happy because I feel very well.
Oh, good. At least your feet will feel comfortable now for the rest of the evening. Help you run around faster, right? There we go. And how's the family doing? Are they well?
Okay. They're getting lazy, but
You're getting lazy? If you guys are watching this, stop being lazy.
no, now people, when they start work, they already know what is rest, so they already complain, yeah. Oh, too much work. We need to wake up early in the morning.
I do know that one has honestly been a really big struggle of mine after COVID because I got into a pattern of sleeping really late.
Yeah.
Not because I wanted to or I was doing anything special that I stayed up late, but I just found it so hard to go to sleep earlier, despite being really active and productive at home. And then now, having to go to sleep early, I struggle. I'm tossing and turning. And then, if you have any ideas of how to get to bed early, I'd be super appreciative.
Maybe we need to start again to work double shift.
I need to double shift. Okay, I heard that message loud and clear.
Tired, so maybe even we're gonna miss some shower. Just straight to bed. That's the only way, I think, at the moment.
I love it. So we started a project doing the house and the conservatory and cleaning, and we hadn't gone in and cleared that section. And I'm really ashamed to say this, but like 17 years, can you imagine?
Yeah.
And you just think to yourself, oh yeah, you'll deal with it. And oh yeah, we'll keep it because we'll need it. And then you never need it. And then before you know it, you have this mountain of junk. I think there's a show about that, right? The Hoarders or something. It wasn't that bad though, I promise you. But it took us, honestly, the whole day. We were shattered. Our bodies were so sore at the end of it. And I remember getting into bed that night and going, oh, I should be able to sleep early. What happened? My eyes wide awake. And I was like, okay, this still isn't working.
We changed a lot, yeah, during the quarantine.
And then trying to wake up early, it's like, no. It's okay. I do it because I love you guys. I will turn up and be here for you guys. I promise. Nice and early.
I think so. Soon we will start as normal.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's nice to see that things in London are opening up once again. There we go. How are you feeling? Is that okay, my lovely? So you had what we classify in here as a subungual corn. So you can see inside here was where all that corn was sitting.
Yeah.
So just having to clear that away. So with the pressure of the nail and the hard skin in that region, so you can see how your toes the same length as the big toe. So it's very hard to find shoes that accommodate for that because all the shoes have this sort of shape in the front, which means the pressure goes directly on here, which is why the nail's thickened up with time, and then you have the extra pressure there.
Yeah, I had this problem a long time ago.
Right, so I'm going to use another device now. Similar in terms of sound, but a little bit more comfortable. Okay. And I've lowered the frequency down, so you should be nice and comfy. And let me know how you are, okay?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
bear with me for just a moment. I hope that's okay. Just want to make sure there's nothing else left underneath that one bit. There we go. It's all coming out now. Perfect. Yeah, it's nice and clean underneath. So you still have the protection of the nail, because we're not aiming to take it all the way. But the inside is a lot better. Perfect, nice and clean. So now you can see the length of the nail comes here. So if you look at it, it's sitting relatively as straight as it be, but we did have an extra mass that was sitting there. But now that it's all clear, 1 second, we'll put this on because it's easier for you guys to see. So now, where's my trusty little, there we go. So you can see that's all clear now, nice and empty, and you still have a nice healthy nail sitting on top in that region. There, I'm just going to take a little bit off there because, as you guys know, I do have OCD. So when I see something, it bugs me and then I need to fix it. There we go. Perfect. And you're probably thinking, why am I not cutting more of the nail away? But there's a reason for that. Because if I try to put mine underneath here, it's attached to the nail bed. So her nail bed comes like this and then around here, which means that's fully attached to the skin underneath. So I cannot physically put this underneath. So you shouldn't be cutting way past that in the first place. This, yes, there is a bit of an opening, but that's also there as a level of protection, because the last thing you want is it being all kind of open. What I will do, if it's okay with you though, is I just want to take a little bit more off in that region, just so as you're walking and you're getting it won't go into that. Is that okay with you? Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
It just means that the nail won't be straight in the shape. Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Fine. I always like to ask because everyone has a different preference in how they like the nail to look.
It doesn't matter how I look, it's important how I feel.
Absolutely.
How I need to walk comfortably.
I always say health is the new beauty, right? Because when you're healthy, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good, and that's what's beautiful, right?
Sure.
There we go. Perfect. So I've smoothed the nail all the way down to the side. So there's no sharp edges whatsoever in that region. So now when I press there, how does that feel?
Oh, amazing.
Better?
Much better.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Thank you so much.
No, pleasure. Thank you so much.